Get ready.
Yes, get ready indeed, because we finally have the Star Wars Vintage Collection Special Action Figure set of the 501st Legion ARC Troopers. We have ARC Trooper Echo, ARC Trooper 5s, and ARC Trooper Jesse in 3 3/4 inch action figure form. They have finally happened. We've been waiting for Echo and 5s for years, and we've been waiting for Jesse especially ever since the Siege of Mandalore. I know I've really wanted a Jesse. And here they are. This is a dream figure release for me. Definitely one of the most anticipated Clone Trooper releases of all time. And one of the only ones I can think that even compares is the Vintage Collection Fordo, which is my all-time favorite Vintage Collection figure. Is it still? I don't know, because these are pretty great. Are they perfect? No. I have 3 main complaints that I'm going to address at the end of the video. These guys are not perfect, but for what they are, they're pretty great. I'm really happy with these. I'm really happy with these. Now, I did record this already. It lasted like 30 minutes, and I really didn't like that take. Good thing I couldn't use that take because my microphone decided to stop recording the audio about halfway through. So, let's try to make this a little more clear and concise. Let's move the action figures out of the way, and let us discuss the package real quick. Real quick. Gotta talk about this art. Gorgeous, beautiful. Not the right helmet for Jesse, but I don't care. It's gorgeous. Echo, he looks based off the Sideshow figure, which, that's fine. You know, they've done it before. There's the read-up right there if you want to read that. And you may be thinking, oh no, are you bending your package? It already came kind of bent. It already came a little bent, but it's no biggie. Yeah, really gorgeous package. If you want to see how to open up these kind of packages, check out my what was it, the Cave of Evil action figure set I did a review of. I really don't want to uncurl this one again. But yeah, there you go. You have Echo, 5s, and Jesse. You have a read-up right there. That little piece of cardboard's blocking that, but there you go. Yeah, just absolutely gorgeous box. I definitely need to find a way to display this, for sure. That is getting displayed somehow. That box is not going in storage. It's going on display. So, with that being said, let's talk about everything that the figures have in common. We'll talk about individual details per each figure, but I want to talk about all the individual accessories and the articulation. So accessories, all 3 of them come with the exact same weapons loadout. You get 3 DC-15 rifles, which they look good, right? I mean, we've already seen these plenty of times before. These ones are very flimsy, though. They're just very flimsy. Yeah, I might give them different rifles. I don't know yet. They're just flimsy. I mean, it's not the end of the world. It prevents them from breaking, which is good. So I can't really put that against it. It's kind of a personal preference thing. But yeah, you have 3 rifles. You have 3 carbines, which also kind of flimsy, but because they're smaller, it's way less of a problem. You can see the magazine kind of sticks out quite a bit. And that's because, awesomely, you can store these on the backpacks. Look at that. That's so cool. I love that. And then let's look at it with Jesse here. You have 2 each DC-17 pistols. And they're very tiny. Yes, they are. They're very tiny. They hold them pretty all right. Left hand, a little iffy. Right hand, pretty good. But they go in the holster. They don't stay in too well. That's a bit of a problem. I got to give the accessories an imperfect score, unfortunately, because even though they hold them pretty all right, they definitely have issues with the holsters. So that's pretty much it for the accessories. But I do want to talk about the helmets real quick, because I kind of count them as accessories. So Echo and 5s, they have the Phase 2 experimental helmets that they were wearing in the Citadel arc. Perfectly fine. I have no problem with that. Would it have been cool if 5s had his Phase 2 helmet as interchangeable? Yeah, sure. But I can live with this. This is how I would have wanted them, because this makes them a matching set. Unfortunately, however, they did not go the extra mile and give Jesse his own unique helmet. Jesse also has the Phase 2 experimental. This is one of my big complaints with the set. 1 complaint out of 3. This is one of them. Jesse's helmet, it's wrong. It's just wrong. I mean, he shouldn't have the fin, and he shouldn't have the antenna. That's incorrect. Thankfully, though, we can rectify one of these things the antenna can just pop off. It's real easy, just pops off, no problem. He will not have the antenna for the rest of the video because Jesse should not have the antenna. I'm sorry if that bothers you, but that's just how it's going to be. And the reason Echo fell is because I honestly didn't put too much time into his pose. You can see how he's kind of oddly positioned. I probably should have him a little more straight. But oh well, it's fine. He stands well enough. So yeah, there's all the accessories between them. Let's talk about articulation, and let's do that with Fives, because Fives is the one that you can probably buy. You can order him. You can maybe find him in stores too. Some people are finding him at Target already, single-carded. I'm not going to get the single-carded one. I'm an opener. I already have Fives. But yeah, you can get Fives right now. All the articulation for all the figures is exactly the same, by the way. Heads are glorious. Look at all that range. All the tilt, all the up and down. It's amazing. Look at that. It's like he can lunge. I love that. And then without the helmet, you can see how the head works as well. Very beautiful head, by the way. We'll talk about that when we go over Fives individually. Shoulders are on ball hinges. They can move pretty good. They can move pretty far forward without the armor looking a little too funky. Elbows are pretty good. They go about 90. They have a swivel. Up and down for both hands for the hinge, which is great, and a swivel at each hand. Ball joint at the waist, and please note, his body is not made out of hard ABS plastic, so these guys will not yellow. I just wanted to mention that. His legs can move forward pretty well. They're kind of on those hinges, so you can also kind of take that hinge and swing it out to the side. But it's kind of hard with the plastic cama in the way. But I wouldn't want the plastic cama to be fabric because look at all the sculpt and everything on it. Look at all the straps. And all the paint, too. It just had to be plastic. Thigh swivel, knee bend, which please note, this is, I believe, the first 3¼ clone trooper figure that has the knee pad attached to the thigh and not to the shin. So that actually allows for this mold to be reused if they just want to give a different shin, because he does have the unique ARC Trooper shins. So you can see that right there. And then he does have up, down, and a pivot. He has an ankle pivot, which is amazing. I love that so much. Honestly, it really does allow me to be pretty poseable. Of course, the visors, the little antenna can move too. So that's pretty cool. I mean, of course, you can have it down. You can be like a boy band member. Oh my gosh. Vocal percussion on a whole other level. Come on to my mind. I'm sorry. Anyways, there's articulation. Let's talk about each individual figure and let's try to make it quick. Because last time I tried recording this, it was about 30 minutes. Did I mention that? I already did. So this is Jesse. He looks great. You can fill that hole in with like Play-Doh or something, if it really bugs you that much. You can see his ear through it. That's kind of funny. But yeah, helmet looks pretty good. But let me address, I don't know, I'll save the other issue for later. But let's look at his... This is kind of mildly addressing my other issue. What's that on his helmet? It wasn't there before. Get off. Oh no, does he just have a little dot on his helmet now? Get off. It wasn't there before. Get away. Ew. Oh, well, it's just a dot, no biggie. But yeah, you can see the visor isn't perfectly lined up with the sculpt. Like right where my thumbnail stops right there is the sculpt of the visor. And you can see it doesn't line up. Look at all that difference. So that's a shame. But... honestly, with all the blue and everything, it's not really noticeable. Of course, the blue isn't kind of missing on that side because it isn't lined up, but it's no biggie. Look at the head, though. That is gorgeous. Look at the tattoo and everything. That looks so good. That looks so freaking good, man. I love it. You have Uno, you dick! Sorry, I couldn't help it. Right when I got this guy out of the package, that's the first thing I thought of, and I posted it on Instagram immediately. But yeah, you can see all of his details. Blue stripe there. He's got some details on the wrist. See the backpack. His camo. He's got some pretty unique details. I love the gray on the knee pads. He looks really cool. I really do like his details. So let's get a few comparisons out of the way, and some figgies he kind of goes alongside. So this... actually will bring about my second complaint. Unfortunately, this mold is slightly too short. He suffers from the Wolf and Kashyyyk Trooper syndrome. And just to emphasize that, Here it is next to the Kashyyyk Trooper, who was notorious for being too short. Really great figure, just slightly too short. You can see he actually is shorter than Jesse, so Jesse's not as bad. He can fit in better than the Kashyyyk Trooper, but still, it is a problem to note. But there he is with the original Jesse. You know, I just really wanted to show that. And here he is with Mr. Lanky Boy. Don't be concerned about the height because this Rex was too tall. Mr. Lanky Awful Rex that thankfully isn't getting re-released, right? Except he is! Hasbro, why? Anyways, there he is with Lanky Rex. Here he is with a 501st antenna mold, which is my favorite Clone Trooper figure mold, probably still to this day. Even though this, especially if they reuse this, may actually surpass it. I mean, you can see it's shorter, yeah. You can kind of cheat. You might be able to raise the helmet up a little bit, and it lines up better. You can especially see, like, the belt lines slightly off, way off with Rex, because this guy is a lanky... Like, look at how long his arm is. Look at how big his hand is, how big his feet are. What? Oh, and how tiny his helmet is, too. Let's get him out. Here he is with the Ahsoka Hunt Squad. They're going to be hunting down a little orange girl because she's a bad girl now. Spoilers if you didn't watch Season 7. But yeah, there's Jesse. He's really great. So next up, let's talk about Fives. Because, like I said, he's the one you can find now. I've already talked about him a lot, actually. Actually, I've already seen his head. It looks really good. Eyes are slightly misaligned, but just slightly. Not even enough to make it a complaint. See the tattoo on his head there, looks good. I mean, his printing, kind of punching in here, you can see his is slightly off as well. You can see my thumbnail where it is where the sculpt is. You can see it's slightly misaligned. I mean, not the end of the world for Fives, but I mean, we'll see in a minute. We'll see in a minute how bad it can be. But yeah, you can see all of his unique details too. He's got some line work. I love the back of his helmet. I love that so much. I mean, you already saw a lot of it. Yeah, he just looks gorgeous, man. You already saw most of it. He looks incredible. I don't like how reviewers are like, he's got some red and yellow detail on his arm and some silver. Like, you can see it. You can see it. You don't need people pointing out every little detail. Like, you can see his antenna's silver. You can see it. Anyways, let's compare him with the previous Fives figures. Here it is with rookie Fives. So you can see that. And let's take off his helmet too. So you can see that. And here he is with, geez, where'd I set him? With my Defend Camino Fives. You can take off his helmet there, you can see that too. You can definitely see the height problem, but it's not nearly as bad as it could be. But let's put his helmet back on. And I'm just so happy that we finally have ARC 5s, man. One thing I do have to note, though, some people, they say that the helmet actually doesn't go on the head. Maybe, like, it's too pinched in and it won't fit. Maybe if you heat it up with a hairdryer, it should fit, because mine fit like a glove. No problem at all. Like, they fit on smooth as butter, dude. Like, it is actually satisfying to take it off and put it on. So, I don't really know where that is a thing. But let's make a couple other comparisons. Here it is yet again with Lanky Rex. Ew. I don't want to look at that anymore. Here it is with the 501st Trooper. And I'll bring in this guy for this time. Here it is with the old ARC Trooper mold. So you can see with Colt, there's a lot of differences. Definitely taller. I honestly think this mold's better, honestly. But you can definitely see the comparisons between the realistic and the animated interpretations. That helmet sculpt is nostalgic. It looks cool, but it's not accurate whatsoever. So I think the new one's definitely an improvement. It just kind of looks better, even though I think the chin should be a little more kind of sharp. But yeah, there we go. There's Fives and the original ARC mold. So with Fives out of the way, let's kind of keep him, and let's immediately make a comparison with Echo. So, with Echo comes my third major complaint. And I've talked about it a little bit already, but it's the consistency of the print quality on the helmets. You see my Echo's helmet? I had to essentially repaint it. I had to fill in the paint right there in the visor. I had to scratch off excess paint that went out to like here, right there, and some excess paint that went out to there. And then on the mouth, it was like really low and off to the side, and I had to paint above that to fill it in. You can see how like crooked it was because I left it there. And oh my gosh, here's what it looked like when I opened it up out of the mailer. Look at the difference. Now, granted, my repaint, it's not perfect, but it looks leagues and bounds better than what it originally was. So, yeah, that's a shame. That is my third major complaint with this set. The consistency of the paint quality. Because I've seen some really, really bad copies. So, thankfully, it could have been way worse. It could have been beyond repair. But I was able to repair it. I was able to make him look way better. Honestly, from afar, sometimes I think he looks a little better than the other ones. But up close, you can definitely tell how I had to repaint it. So, I want to make this comparison right away. There it is. There he is with his bro. Love it. And I want to make this comparison right away. Here he is with the Citadel boys. There's our Citadel crew. That is awesome. It's so cool to see that come to fruition. Because the Citadel arc was pretty cool. And it's honestly the main debut of ARC Trooper Echo in 5s. Honestly, I think the only time they were pretty much together, so there's that. But yeah, this satisfies me. Of course, a little too short. Definitely one of my 3 major complaints, but it could be worse. They could be like this guy. They could be like half a head shorter. They're just like, I want to say maybe a fourth a head shorter, not half. So yep, there's that comparison. Now let's look at the details on Echo. Also, before I forget, whoop, there goes one of the pistols. You can see even just him falling over, the pistols are going to come out. Here he is with, where did I set him? Rookie Echo. See right there. The Echo comparisons, hooray! And then let's remove the helmets. Ooh, like I said, they just come off like a glove. It's actually satisfying. I might end up finding myself probably on Jesse because his hair won't wear off. Because he doesn't have hair. I might just like, whoop, whoop, whoop with the helmet. Yeah, you can see the heads right there. Looking pretty cool, man. Definitely an upgrade with the realistic head, in my opinion. I'm honestly happy they're making Clone Wars figures in a realistic style. I have no problem with that, because honestly, the realistic collection is kind of what they're really striving for nowadays. There we go. Gun's back in the holster. Let's take a closer look at him. So yeah, I mean, the helmet, excluding my paint problems, looks pretty good. I really like that. I like the gray on the back, too. I like the white on the inside of the arm on Echo. I think that's really cool. Kind of mirrors the, where is it? Where's the Defend Camino one? It kind of mirrors the, just kind of the stripey look, I guess. I don't know. I just like that. I like the stripey look. And then he's got the stripey look again. He's got the right leg blue again, which is cool. Unfortunately, no more homage to Heavy, but hey, he's moved past Heavy. Who was Heavy again? I don't even remember. Man, that's harsh, Echo. But yeah, he's got the handprint right there. Looks really good. He's got a little bit of blue. He looks nice. I'm doing the exact same thing I criticized. Oh my gosh, I'm such a hypocrite. It's no biggie. But yeah, there we go. He looks really cool. I like him. There's his head again. Really nice generic clone head, if you just want to use it for a generic clone trooper. I really do like that. So yeah, there we go. I've pretty much covered all my bases. Let's try to wrap it up quick. I want to address my main complaints yet again and my main praises. So my main complaints, the biggest complaint is the consistency of the print qualities on the helmets. That is by far my biggest complaint, because that can absolutely wreck some copies of this very exclusive set. My other complaint, which is my next biggest, is that Jesse has the wrong helmet. Because he does. He has the wrong helmet. He just does. I mean, if he can pop off the antenna, and if you want to shave off the crest, you have yourself a pretty perfect Jesse, but I'm not going to shave off the crest because I don't want to go that far with customizing this rare exclusive set. And my third complaint is the height. Definitely the least complaint. Definitely not too big of an issue, but it is something to address. They are slightly too short. Slightly. It's not drastic like Wolf or the 41st Elite Kashyyyk Trooper, but it's noticeable. And then I guess another slight complaint is the weapons. If you don't like them being flimsy, and if you don't like how they don't stay in the holster, that's definitely something to acknowledge. What's great about this set? The fact that it exists! That is amazing. The articulation's really good on these guys. The paint everywhere else, besides like the visor and mouthpieces on the helmets, are superb. The sculpts look really great. They pose amazing. They have a great weapons loadout. They exist. Did I mention they exist? And oh yeah, we got these. They exist. This is a dream set for me. By far the most anticipated Clone Trooper figure release. Honestly, for me, this has been my number one. I lost sleep over worrying about ordering this set, and I'm happy I got it. I'm happy it's here. I'm happy to report it's pretty good. I mean, we already knew about the issue with Jesse's, with Jesse's helmet, unfortunately. But as people started getting leaked copies, and as more people got them in hand, we realized not all of them have good helmet paint, and they're a little too short. But with that being said, at the end of the day, this is amazing. These are amazing. I'd like to get these in 6-inch someday. That'd be cool. But I don't really worry about 6-inch too much. I got them in my main scale. I'm happy they made them in this scale before 6-inch, because us 3 1/4-inch boys have been waiting a decade for these, especially Echo and 5s. And I'm happy we got them. I'm just happy this exists. And I'm happy a decent amount of people who wanted the set were able to get it. Unfortunately, not everyone, but I'm also happy that 5s has got a single release, and Echo is also rumored, just rumored, to get a single release. But if this is anything like the Luke Skywalker special action figure set that came out last year, Jesse might also get a single figure release, but it may be like a year or so away. If they do release him single though, please Hasbro, I beg you, give him a new helmet. I would rebuy it. You would actually get more sales out of that if you gave Jesse the new helmet. But with that being said, this video is about 25 minutes long. I think I've rambled on enough. Dream figure set, not perfect, 3 big complaints, but I highly recommend it. I personally am happy with the $50 price. I think it was worth it. If I was not able to get it on Hasbro Pulse, I would have gladly paid $100 on eBay because the set was that exciting and worth it to me. And if these ARC Troopers, and if the fact that these exist, are that exciting and worth it to you, I think for 3 figures, $100, especially if this is super important to you like it was for me, go for it. Go for it. I'm just going to say it. Just go for it. It sucks you have to feed into the scalpers, but unfortunately, if you really want this set, you don't really have any other choice. It is sold out on Hasbro Pulse. So, with that being said, I highly recommend this set. I hope all you guys that have also purchased it are really enjoying yours. Let me know about the issues. Let me know how you guys are doing with the helmets that don't fit on the heads. Please let me know, because mine fit on like a glove. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if there's like another run of this set where the helmets are too small. I'd like to see more detailed pictures of that or something. I really would like to know. Because that's really weird to me. Because mine are perfectly fine. I don't really consider that a complaint with my set, but if that's a problem with yours, please consider it the 4th big complaint. Alrighty guys, with that being said, I'm logging off. I'm going to go play with these guys. I'm going to go have fun. I'm off work today, so I'm going to enjoy them. See you guys. Bye.